Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I'm going to go over the same rationale on the wheat like we did in the soybean oil. We bought the wheat on the pullback here at 382. I'll put that up so you can see it without too much trouble. There was the buy right here. There was your 382 buy. We got up to this level right here, and we were selling it at 53. Okay, now that was a very nice move. It made $650. We were in it for 2 days. Our risk was $300 on the trade, so it doubled it. Now you can see we went up to this level here, and now we are selling off. Go back to this daily again, and I'll show you why. You see how the market goes up for 5 days and then turns down? Larry Williams in 1976 sold a statistics of how markets move. He had all the markets categorized, and it showed what is the percentage of the market being up after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, went out all the way out to 8 days. If a market's up more than 8 days in a run, it's in an outlier event. We can see these happening in gold and treasury bonds and some of the others. That means they're exceeding their levels that they were supposed to be at. All I do is when I look for a market that's 3 to 5 days up, I match it with what I think is a Fibonacci number or an ABCD number that comes in at the same time. When I have that, I know that the odds are, and remember, a probability is nothing more than one guess over another. So I'm just saying that this thing could have kept on going, and that happens more often than I like to think, folks. But anyway, that's what I'm doing when I'm watching doing these patterns for you folks to try to keep you from losing very much money. Perfect example of that is today's action that we had here in the crude oil. If you remember yesterday, we recommended selling the crude oil at the 64.40 level, and this morning I put in to lower the stop to 64.65. This high was 64.58, so it missed it, and now we're still in a profit, but not by much. This is where I'd like to cover it, right here. Now here's a perfect example. You see how the market is up for 4 days here? One from the 12th up to the 17th. That's 5 days. Sorry, that one's up 5 days. This one is at 5 days. So those are the things that you add to what you're trading, is you have the probabilities of those things on your plate. That's what we covered in the Floor Trader's Handbook. The statistics behind the market. Why are certain times of the day more important than others? And there are statistics behind that. And the people that are trading the stock indices and other stuff, just about darn near anything, they know these numbers, folks. These are the quants of Wall Street. They come out of MIT, Harvard, wherever the statistics places go, and that's how I got started in this business. When I was in graduate school getting my MBA, one of my professors was from Yale. He was a mathematician, and by golly, that's what he did. He traded wheat and corn and what was the other one? Montgomery Ward was one of his favorites, but he made it. That's what he did, and he taught there. And but anyway, that's what got me started doing it. But this is where we are. See, what you're doing now is you protect your loss. See, the most profits you would have had at this particular time would have been $600. We were looking for it to come to this level right here. When I saw this happening, I said, well, I don't want to risk above here, so I'm going to raise my stop to 65. That means I'm only risking $250. Right now, it's got an $80 profit in it. So remember, I'm trading something that's worth $64,000, and I don't have to risk that much, okay? Now, those are the things that I try to look at when I'm watching some of these things. And when I talk to you about these and bring them to your attention, I hope that repetition is the mother of knowledge, and you see that these things don't work all the time, but they work, quite a bit of the time. And that's the thing. If it's working on the NASDAQ today and it's working on the S&P, it's not working on the Dow Jones, nor is it working working on the Russell because, well, you can see the pattern we had in the Dow Jones. Anyway, I didn't even look at the Russell. Let's take a quick look at it here and see what it did this morning, and we'll see, because it's had a nice run, made new highs on the run. We don't have a 3 drive to a top here. I don't believe. Oh, there was a number that said 2450. Hold on just a second. Oh, it's a different pattern. I have to do it hourly on this, folks. Bear with me, because the other was there's the hourly pattern. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. By golly, I think we have one of those things, don't we? There it is. Let's just clean this up and see what's happening. We do have an A, B, C, D up here. So let's just switch her over and check and see if that's it. We were focusing on the Dow Jones. There we go. That measures to 2446, and the high was 2449. We're now 12 points below that, but that's still early. But that is a 3 drive to a top pattern. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3. And look where drive 3 is, folks, 1.618. Oh, yeah, that's not a nice one. Too bad this show didn't start about an hour and a half ago. We would have been able to put something together and tell you that that's probably where you want to be looking at a potential turn here in the Russell. And we'll draw this down, and you'll see that there's, well, that doesn't show the 3. Wait, oh, no, I got to do it this way. Hold on, folks. We were watching 2 different things. Let me go back to that other one so you'll be able to see it. It's a different time frame. We were looking at this time frame right up in here. Okay, the other one went all the way back to here. So there's a number, 2450, and the high was 2449.50. So that's pretty close. And right now we're at 2436. But looking on the long-term basis for the euro, you can see here that we have gone up. There it is again. There's your 1.618 number again, banging against the door. But we have not taken out the highs from back here from 2024. And if you look at this on the weekly, okay, see, there's our weekly. We haven't taken that high yet, but we didn't take out the high, folks, of this one right back here, which was right there. And I don't believe we have. You see, we've not taken that high out as of yet. But this is one heck of a rally. Okay, let's move on here and take a look here at the do one thing at a time. I want to do the euro, folks, because we talked about this yesterday, and I wanted to show you. We'll start out with the dollar index here, because that's what we were watching. If you remember, we were watching for the market to come down to this level right here, 96.20. Well, the low so far has been 96.18, and we're still sitting right there. That's all this is, an ABCD. Whether this rallies, it's not even rallying. It's up 20 pips off the bottom. All right. Well, I don't trade the dollar index, but I do trade the euro. So let's get up here. Hopefully there it is. It's up there hiding from me. Now, by the way, Paula T will be our guest here today in about another 15 minutes. So stay tuned. She always has some good stuff. Now, here's the 60-minute on the euro. Now, you can see there's your. Now, this isn't a 3 drive, folks, because this is lower than that. That makes this a butterfly pattern. When it's lower than the 1, 3, there's 1, 3, 5, okay? See, when this is lower, this makes this a butterfly, not a 3 drive. If the 3 drive was here, that's it. All right, we'll be back. We'll talk more about the euro here in just a second. Euro in just a second.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the euro. If you remember, we had this beautiful pattern here back on the 9th. We had to move down right here. We covered that short right here for a $1,400 profit. We put the short back on right here with our stop above there. We gave back 40 points right there. So it netted well over, just a little over $1,000 on the trade down. And someone asked me, why didn't we go long when this thing was breaking out? Folks, I saw it, but I tell you why. I just don't have the energy sometimes to get the video out. And even when I try to, Google will reject it still. So I don't know. But anyway, in retrospect, you can see where the market went to. There was your low right back here. There was your B leg. There was your C leg. Let's just measure it for kicks and giggles today. There's your AB equals CD right there. And you can see we came right up to the exact high today, which was at that level right there. This just showing you that if you're going to trade something, folks, you want to learn how to trade the euro, because it's got all the patterns and nobody can screw with it for very long, including the Federal Reserve, because this is 53% of the dollar index, and that's why it's so very, very important. The reason why, folks, is when these markets are moving like this, people are hedging their products. And that's why they're standing in front of these, because they want to lock in something or keep something at a certain price. That's what they're trying to do. Now, you notice here, we topped here early this morning, and today we virtually, that was actually yesterday by just a bit, I think it is. Let's just double check. Yep, that was yesterday, and then today we tried to match it, and here's all we've done so far. And so all this is a small pullback right in here. I'm just showing you that the patterns work sometimes, and sometimes they don't work. That's the bottom line of what we're looking at right here. Okay, all right. Now let's take a look at another one here that really is quite amazing to me when you look at numbers. This is the Tesla. If you remember, we hit this exact 786 up here at 425. The high was 425.70. Okay, this said it should have gone to 426.84 within 70 cents. Then all we've done is the last couple of days back off very little, saying nothing bearish about this at all. All right. Now I want to talk to you about Oracle. because Oracle was a way to look at certain things, because we were watching the volatility in Oracle. I wanted to show how these patterns. There was a run up, and this was had that giant gap. As you can see, it's somewhere down in here. The gap is way down there. Anyway, this is what's happened since the high was made a couple days ago on the 10th. Now you see we came down. There was your 382 yesterday right here at 312. The high was 318, but at 318, look, A, B, C, D. So when you have both of them together, that's when you have the real thing that matches up pretty good. So that's what we're looking at now. We're heading down. Just looking at it today. Let's just look at it today. If you like 382s, because if you trade stocks, this can be very helpful. There was the run today. All right, there was yesterday's run. There was a rally up today. Let's just see how high it got. And you'll notice here from the high down to your low, went right up to just a little above the 382 right here. Been 309. Now you would have made 10 points in that move coming down. Now you have lower tops, as you see coming in here. And now we're having a little tiny bit of a bounce. This is what we call a DCB, folks. You know what that is. Dead cat bounce. But there's your little A, B, C, D. This is, you don't trade this because you could. There's money in it, but very small amount. All right, now let's move over here and talk just a second here about the Treasury bonds, because we've hit all of our numbers up in here, folks, with the exception of this one right up in here. Let's do the daily, because we can see it much clearer, okay? There's the daily. Okay, now we did make a higher high today. You can see that. We were trying to get to 118.27. The high was 118.12. Missed it by 15 points in this level right here. So let's go down to an hourly chart. And you'll see this is where we're looking at with this hourly chart. This is what we would like to be seeing if we had that. Because you can see we had a nice pullback right here. Perfect 618. We'll just draw that in. Remember, this is one of the larger commodities that they trade. There's your 618. And so that tells us if we have that, then we have another ABCD lining up here. And that takes you right up to the high of the day at 118.20. Okay, we're going to do 118.12. We're now down almost $1,000 from that level here this morning. Okay, now let's take a look at one other one that we need to talk about. With a little pain in my heart, and that is this Taiwan semiconductor. Okay, let's get this up here and see. All right, there it is right here. On a long-term weekly, you can see that's what we're doing. Your weekly low down here way back in 2022 was right there. Your ABCD measures to 269. The high has been 264. Misses it by 4 points, but that is a 3 drive to a top pattern. The problem is, folks, this Taiwan semiconductor, let me just get this up here on a smaller time frame. Look at this, folks. Here's where my problem lies. I recommended that this young man that had this stuff to get out of it here at 238. I said, if you can get a rally 238, and then it backed off a little bit, and he was really happy. And then yesterday happened, and you can see here, he's not so happy right now. I told him, I said, you bought it way down here, folks. He bought it right about there, 138, I think is what he paid for it. Now we made 100 points on that in 6 months. That's a huge move. And I said, you should just be happy. You don't know which ones are going to work and which ones don't. That's the main thing. The second reasoning behind me looking at this is that one of my favorite patterns right here, which was the Hang Seng Index, and that is, I think I got that up here somewhere. Yeah, here it is right here. Hold on, just get rid of that. Because I think it's important to see when these things fall apart, because this is flat what's happening right now. Let me get this up here. Here's that Taiwan semiconductor, all right? Now look at this, folks. This thing closed above, on a Wednesday, it closed above this level right here, okay? Now, that was still in a bear market from a long time ago, but this is how high it's been, okay? When you look at this on the daily, it looks even more ominous. Look at that. This keeps going higher and higher and higher. And so maybe it's one of those times where the 3-drive pattern doesn't work. Look what happens for Goldman Sachs, for God's sakes. I think I put that in here. Well, probably not. Let's just tile vertical. We'll see if we can get Goldman Sachs in here. I wanted to show you because, that's the number one stock in the Dow Jones, and it's going pretty crazy to the upside, but unfortunately, I don't see it here. And I believe with the clock on the wall, we've got PT coming up in just a moment, and we'll see what's happening with her. And she's always got some nice stuff to go through. But I will cover Goldman Sachs when we come back because it is the largest stock in the Dow, and it makes these things move more than you might think. All right, I think let's check with the old clock on the wall here and see how we're doing. Should have had this clock up before. And we'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
folks, we're back. We're talking with Paula T. Webb. Paula, how are you doing today, dear?
Doing pretty good. How about you, Larry?
Living the dream.
That's good. That's good.
Just got a little bit of an allergy, but I'm okay.
Well, I was going to ask if it was a cold or allergies, but it's that time of year with allergies.
Yeah, it sure is. Paula T., I have a personal question to ask you. Folks, one of the things that Paula does, she's a deputy sheriff there in the largest county in California, San Bernardino. She's the chaplain. And you had some really bad thing happen this week where an officer took his own life. And I just wanted to ask the folks to send some white light out for his family, because his family that he left behind is pretty much devastated. That's the end of it. Tell us what you're looking at today, PT. I'm off my soapbox.
Well, thank you for that, Larry. We really appreciate it. As you know, this is something close to my heart. And, it doesn't, when someone does this, whether it's an accident or intentional, it's always the people that are left behind that have to work through it. So thank you for your prayers. And I will pass that along to the deputy's family. And his coworkers. They'll really appreciate it. So, okay, so one of the things, and it kind of ties into this, when we're traders, we can do our analysis and we can think we have a handle on market direction. Maybe not an opinion, but just based on our analysis and reading the charts and all that. And then, out of the blue, bam, the market goes in a totally different direction than we anticipated based on our research and our analysis. And so then we're left thinking, what didn't I see? What did I miss? And this is really the kiss of death for traders to think this way, because if there's no way you can know for sure what direction the market is headed, we can have a pretty good educated guess based on, again, our analysis or our research and historical data. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I mean, when we see this time and time again, and, I wouldn't be in business as a coach, or you either, teaching your methodology, Larry, if traders really, truly understood this. And there's nothing wrong with not grasping it, but just don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's just all part of trading. There's times when I've put on trades and I thought, okay, I think the market may go this way or move that way. And I was completely wrong. Not wrong in the sense that I didn't know what I was doing or I didn't understand my analysis or do it well. It's just that I still have to keep in mind that there are millions and millions of individual traders out there that have a different opinion. And that can make the market move in mysterious ways, rather mysterious ways. So, and especially now with all the political stuff going on all across the world, we have to be open to anything that can happen at any given moment, more than ever before. Okay, so this is kind of what we're teaching moving forward with the new book that's going to be out in the beginning of October, and it's all about keeping your armor on. I mean, we head into battle every day in the markets, and you have to have that armor so comfortable on you, like my trading jacket. This is my comfort zone. All right, and that's part of my armor. If I don't have this on, I don't feel like a trader. And this is all part of, what I'm teaching down the road too about dressing for success. You don't have to put on a 3-piece suit, but you have to have clothes that represent your trader when you're working.
Okay.
When you're trading.
I want to share some with you folks. Paula's my go-to girl. Once Mark passed away, she took over the gauntlet, and I don't call her very often, but I called her yesterday, and I told her, I said, I'm really physically tired, and I'm not seeing clearly. And she said, you have to do this every day. You don't have to do it to the extent that you have to do, but focus on one or two things, and don't get overly involved, and you'll be okay in a couple of days. So this morning I came in, and I saw a whole bunch of things to do. I shared some of them with you in the videos and stuff like that. But after that, Paula, I swear, I was sitting here in my chair, and I never do this, but I actually fell asleep watching the markets. They mesmerized me. And I said, I'm glad I'm not putting any more trades on today. But you have to focus. You have to focus on what's going on in your life, folk, at the time. So if you're overtired or you're angry, trading when you're angry, you might as well take your money out of your wallet and throw it in the street. You'll never win when you're trading under anger. That just doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. And we had an incident last week. I mean, obviously my poor deputy, but also, added to that, this, the murder of Charlie Kirk. Now, I didn't know him well, but it really affected me in a way that I was not anticipating. And so I didn't trade the rest of the week because it was so, it rattled me. Okay.
It rattled a lot of people.
And I'm not making it political. It's just, it was an incident, just like all the other recent murders.
Yeah.
And so we have to take into account that we're not prepared for all of this stuff. We've never been through this kind of atmosphere. And there's nothing wrong with not being prepared because it's an unknown, there are unknown events. So it's just like trading. You don't know what's going to happen. And so we just have to be open to not beating ourselves up because we don't know what we don't know. And that's okay because we will learn as we go through this process together as traders. So there's nothing to be upset about with yourself. Just as long as you recognize it and then don't trade when you're tired or angry or upset or just not 100%.
Yeah, and it's difficult for me because I'm, somewhat good at this some of the time, but I enjoy this so much. I do it every day. This is like playing golf with Tiger Woods or something like that, but I recognize the physical part of when I'm tired. And when I fell asleep before the market opened, I said, oh dear. I said, I better be super careful today. So that's all I wanted to, what you were trying to imparted me today because we talked about it yesterday and you were a great help with that. So I really do appreciate it. So anyway, it's really good. So you think we're looking at in October, the book coming out?
Yes. Yeah. I'm moved into my new space. It's great. Everything's unpacked. So the last thing I got to do is just take the boxes to storage, which my movers are coming to do today. Yeah. Then I can actually set up my podcast room. But we're rocking and rolling. We've been working since last Tuesday. So we're moving along. So
I'll give the folks some advice here. When Mark wrote his second book, Trading in the Zone, I said, people read this book. Larry said they shouldn't read it. And I said, what do you mean that they should study it? And I said, well, how do they do that? He said, read 2 pages a day. If you read 2 pages a day, at the end of the year, you've read the book 2.5 times and it starts to sink in. This is a mental business, boys and girls. Hey, thanks for joining us, darling. We'll have you on again next week, okay? And all the best with all your soldiers over there.
Thank you.
Paula T. Webb, folks. Thank you, Paula.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, someone asked a technical question. This is the weekly chart here of Goldman Sachs. You can see we did have a down week here in the middle of May, pulled back right here, but you notice the ratio was only 0.21. I used 0.382 as my minimum. Now that's pretty, I don't know, that's close to a Fibonacci ratio, 0.26 or what the hell it is. I don't use that. 382 is what makes my thing work. The question that the person asked me, can you make this an A, B, C, D move? Yes, there's your BC leg right here. There's your A leg right here. Okay, so all you have to do to measure that is you go down for your low right here up to your high and bring it in right to there. And it says it should go to 261. Well, it's trading at 761. It's trading at 791. Once we went above this level, that told you that that pattern had broken. So I don't know where the top is in Goldman Sachs, if there is a top, because we made a higher high today. Let's just get up here. I'll show you. Because we did make a slightly higher high. There it is. We made a slightly higher high in Goldman Sachs again today. So that's what I'm watching as I look at these things unfold. Now let's take a look at Mr. Appel here for just a second. Maybe up here in just a minute. I'm going to cover the currencies here for just a little bit more. Now you can see here we're almost ready for a 3-drive pattern here in Apple. There's drive 1. Okay. Pull back to the 786. Then we should have, if it's any good, it should have one more move. There's your AB leg, CD leg. Well, it wouldn't take up much to get it right up here. So, wow, it's awfully close here, folks. So that might have already been hit, but we did not take it out. See, that just matched that high, so there's not much that you can do with it. Still looking good. It's up today a little bit, which is good. And that's what we're watching here this morning. You'll get Goldman Sachs, get Apple out of the way here, and get Goldman Sachs out of the way. We want to get back to the currencies and want to stop with the British pound because President is over there today. And I want to find out if what he's talking about is going to affect the U.S. dollar versus the pound. And as you can see, we've gone up and we've made another high over the last couple of days. You can see there was a high yesterday. We did make a new high today, but you can see there's the pullback here on the 11th. That was the easy one. We did that one, folks. That was a perfect AB equals CD right there, and you'll see right there. Sorry about the noise, folks. They're making bank deposits here in my account, and I have to make sure that they're done perfectly. Okay. Anyway, you can see here we've been going up and up and up, so I don't see anything to do here. Looking at this on a weekly basis, you know, remember And the big ABCD up in here, this was our big move last year. We sold that here at that 134, rode it all the way down. We had a 382 here in July, and look, there's where we are. It appears that we've got another leg coming up to the upside right here because we're very close to breaking out this high, and I think we could easily do that. Whether it's related to anything that's going on over in the UK or not, I don't know. That's it. But we could make a new high here at 38,440. Now, my second most favorite, my first is the euro, second is the pound, and third is the Japanese yen. And that's always fun to watch. We'll get the hour. Let's get this up here. We'll get the hourly up here. You see, we're still coming down, which is good. We've been looking. There's your big ABCD to the downside. There's your 135 pattern right here, folks. And look how it measures A, B, C, D. How can some people not see this stuff? This is not rocket science, for God's sake. Look at that. Wouldn't that be nice to know that you're that close to a bottom? And you can see there's where we are now. We're coming down more. So let's go to the larger time frame. Go to the daily, and you'll see that we're backing off. We're almost, we're already through, folks. Look at this. We went through the 382 here today. Why didn't the B? Oh, I got the beeper set in the wrong place. Well, that's when you're doing something and you're tired, you pay the price. We broke through that 382 here to the downside, folks. That means we are heading lower. Let's refresh this, and we'll see this thing get right there. It is. So we did break through it yesterday, and we're continuing down today. All right. So that tells us that the support that was here no longer exists. All right. So that's what. Now you can see the ABCD here on the upside on this daily. There's your AB leg right there, BCD right there at your 618, telling you this is where we're going. 144, that's down $2,000 from where we are right now. So try to find a place to go short. These are the last few days. Let's just look at that on a 13-minute and see if there was any nice 382s. Oh, dear. I think I see one there. Yep, I sure do. There it is right there. There's a beautiful 382. Actually, today, folks, AB equals CD. I'll lay odds it's off this big one right back here. Remember, repetition. Oh, my God. Chance favors the prepared mind. There it is, right at the 382 today, and it's down 46. It's down about $700 where we are right now. We had a little rally here, but we're still heading down. But there was your move today, and I missed that. I sent out the video, and I didn't include the. That's okay. I miss a lot of things, but we'll try to do one at a time and find a way to make a little money, and that's what my main purpose of showing you this stuff, folks, is learn it yourself, okay? I mean, be realistic. I can sit here and show you how to do this all day long, but it doesn't do anything unless you can do it yourself. And that's why I've done the teaching. I try to get people to do it. I hound people. You know, I start out slowly. Look, just learn how to do this one thing. Learn how to do this one thing. You remember City Slickers? When old Jack Palance kept moving his finger up, says one thing. Learn how to do one thing correctly, and it'll lead to the second thing. But do one thing correctly. Quit making errors. Quit trading when you're tired. Just don't make those things prevalent in your trading, because if you're aware of them and you don't do anything about it, then that's fine. The markets are always going to be here, folks. You know, I left a lot of money on the table just because I didn't do some of those trades, because I was just tired and I didn't want to make an error, and I didn't. And so I'm happy about that. Sometimes that's all you have to be happy about. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose, and therein lies the key. All right. Now we have a question about another stock. The gentleman that was in this Vista Gold. Let's get Vista Gold back up here, and we're going to see it right now. I have to cover the gold market right after this, but anyway, there's Vista Gold. All right. And I told him yesterday I told him to be a seller of it. Now it's down a little bit with gold being up again. So this is a big move. Remember, this was a penny stock. Now it's not a penny stock. You made 5 times your money on this, young man. If you'd have bought $1,000 worth of gold, all right, gold's at $3,600. You only made 2.5 times your money. Now you made 5 times your money. So don't be greedy, because if you become the greedy, then you'll be the needy. That's the old adage out of Jesse Livermore's book. Reminiscences of a stock operator. Now let's take a look at the yellow metal itself, because we'll cover that when we come back from the break here, but we'll get it started anyway. Hopefully. I think we're in the topping zone here for the gold, folks, but it's an iffy-diffy situation. All right, get this up right now. You can see there's the tops that we've been waiting for. They're up in this area, very, very close. 37.13 was my top. Now we're trading at 37.13. It's 37.21. The high has been 37.37. Okay, so I think that, remember, this is a daily. Look how many days in a row we've been up, boys and girls. We'll take a break. We'll talk about gold and silver when you come back. Hang in there.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, we're going to go back and look at gold back here in December of last year. You notice we were up for 41 trading days. We backed off to it looks like exactly 382. Let's just draw that in to see how close it came. Ooh, that is right there on the money. And then, of course, kept going higher. Now, you'll notice here, that was 41 trading days. Look where we are now, folks. We just go over and look at this. We're not even close unless you take a look at this one. That means that the high is not going to come in to around the 20th of October. And the slope of this line right here is much steeper than that one. See, let's just draw that in so you folks can see it. There it is. You see how the slope of that line here is much stronger on that one? So I'll tell you, this thing, you got a lot of gas going to the upside. Now let's take a quick look at silver. Silver is in a world of its own. We'll get it up here today. Oh, it's actually down on the day. Son of a gun. All right, now there's gold or silver. Let's just look and see. Now, see, we had a profit objective here of 62626, okay? Now, the high has been 53.12, so it went above it by 50 cents. Now it's trading below it by 18 cents. You see it's backed off here today. Let's take a quick look on the smaller time scale. Uh-oh, if there was something here popping up here that would have been interesting. Yeah, there's the move here. This little 382 last night, it looks like it hit it exactly. Yeah, it sure did. There's your 382, then down she comes. We had another 382 right in here, I believe. Let's just double check that one. Be hard to miss them, I guess, if you paid attention. Yep, just missed it too, so that didn't do too much. But now this is where we are right now. Move this over just a little bit, and we should be at the 382 of the whole thing just a little while ago. So let's double check and see. Yeah, we did get up there. We're trading there now, and we're going to find out if that's any good. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.